I'm still learning to trust the freedom that I have today. No one was micromanaging me, calling me, asking where I was, things that happened in the past. This is the vibe. This is the vibe. Shoot, I ain't going nowhere today. I don't owe anyone that version of myself anymore. I'm not on someone else's timeline. I am trustworthy. I'm valued. Being myself. Overall, freedom doesn't require guilt. Okay, let me actually see what happens if I just have my laptop here today. Oh, it's kind of a vibe. It's kind of a vibe. Okay. Oh my god, my highlight. But like, I kind of like doing something with my hands. What am I gonna do? I have my coffee. Something. Oh, this coffee's strong. Ooh. Strong coffee for a rainy day. All right. Anywho. All right. Oh, she fell. Oh, that's a strong magnet. Okay. You know, I'm thinking about changing the ring that I'm wearing. It's a little wave. This used to be a ring that I meant for someone before in my past. But no, I've repurposed this ring to mean waves of change. A reminder of the ocean, currents, flows, but I would really love to actually wear my snake ring. Let me get my favorite little thing. So this right here is my favorite thing. It is like a postcard actually, but I love these snakes. I think they're adorable, and this is just so gorgeous. I love Article 22. I love the brand, what it stands for. I actually met one of their, I think it was one of their reps at a market. Like, I never would have thought I'd see anyone from Article 22 selling their jewelry at a local market. It actually was for a DC holiday market, and I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. Like, I thought I recognized this brand. The sustainability aspects, women-owned, Asian-owned. It is just a beautiful story of true transformation, and I'm just gonna have them in the background somewhere. So lately I've been reflecting on my old relationship with work, and this version of my relationship with work has been showing up more often, even though everything is technically different now. Like, literally, I'm filming in an at-home office that I didn't have this type of environment a year ago. It has a different vibe. I'm no longer working in corporate. I'm working on me, on my own business. All of this has been coming up as I have stepped into this new role. I've been in the onboarding process with my latest partnership. All of these things are coming up as I'm realizing, oh, I'm gonna be working with teams now. I'm gonna be collaborating with other designers, other experts, and it's reminding me of how I felt back when I was working in corporate. Even though everything is technically different now. This time, I am my own boss, my own manager. I'm the person that I get to show up to at the end of the day. Of course, I work with other collaborators. We create deadlines and expectations for each other, but it's different now, you know? Also, hold up. I feel I need to do a couple of things. Hold up. Also, just in case, these are the shoes. I did not put them on completely, but it's all good. Anyways, this is the vibe. This is the vibe. This is the vibe. And shoot, I ain't going nowhere today that I know of. I'm literally just sitting here filming a video, but like, the vibe is a vibe. You gotta respect it. Respect it. Anyway.
Honestly, I just realized that could be a thumbnail. Not me thinking about thumbnails as I'm filming. Not me being a real YouTuber now. Whoop.
Anyway, lately I have been reflecting on my old relationship with work, which these memories of this past relationship that I've had with work, literally it's just like when you're dating someone new and you're just reminded of an ex, especially if it was toxic, it'll keep showing up. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Even though that everything is technically different, it's just showing up. I like to think of this as it's showing up because you're finally ready to face it. It's all different now. This time, I'm my own boss. I answer to me and of course to other people because, it's a collaborative relationship, but I'm a contractor and I was specifically chosen to do what I do best. And still, old triggers come up and it can be a lot. This is what's been happening this past week. They've been popping up and I've had to face them, deal with them, work past them, and still show up. And today I want to share 3 moments that reminded me just how much I'm still healing. Healing in so many ways, but specifically today, healing my definition of work, finding safety in how I'm working and how I see success. The trigger that I had this week was I spent, give or take a day, shopping with my brother. He had a day off. I have a flexible work schedule. Because of that, just the circumstances that I was in, I didn't have any harsh deadlines. No one was micromanaging me, calling me, blowing up my phone, asking where I was, things that happened in the past. But I still felt guilty. I felt guilty for having the freedom that I did, for enjoying the parts of my day that I did, going out shopping. And this can lean into a bunch of different things, but the main guilt I want to focus on is I felt like I had to rush myself back home, back to work. I still feel, as I am my own boss, as I am in a completely new, different environment where it is technically safe to be, I still felt unsafe. I still felt like I had to rush. I still felt like I had to earn the right to do these things, to take time for myself. In a way, it's like, that's crazy. But also in another way, it's like, I get it, because that's what I was raised with. That's what a lot of us were raised with, is you don't really get days off. You don't get to take care of yourself because you got to take care of other people. Don't spend money. Even in this case, I literally only bought 3 things.
Don't spend money because that's frivolous. Don't spend money because we could be using that to pay our bills. Why are you enjoying yourself when you could be at home working?
All of that stuff came into my head. But what really got to me that day was remembering how stressed I was last year. Instead of being reflective and being so grateful to where I am today, to where I am now, to be like, damn, I really don't have to do that anymore. I was scared and was like, I should get home as soon as possible because you never know. I could get a phone call from these new people that I'm working with and they could be like, hey, we needed you to be on this like 30 minutes ago. Where are you? Because that's what happened to me. Whenever I would take a break at my old job, not all the time, but it happened enough, I would feel so much guilt because sometimes I'd be getting messages on my phone, still talking about work and everything, and I would sometimes shut my notifications off because I just couldn't take it. Like, I'm trying to take a break right now. I don't need to be hearing about the latest developments in this new sales team. I don't need to be hearing that when I'm on a break. I remember this one time, literally last year, last April, I was assigned to work on a team. The main team leader, eventually we were able to talk our differences out and end our collaboration with respect for one another. Dude, when I say, not just me, but so many other people who joined that team, who were assigned to that team, we did not get the respect that we deserved from this guy. When we first started off, it was a lot. And I think the only way that I gained respect from this person was by showing up in a corporate air. In the air of, this is me, this is what I do, this is how I go about my business. I already did this, I already did that. There was so much masculine energy that I had to pick up and set down for this person. And I'm not typically that type of person. I can get my point across without having to pull my corporate man britches up and basically serve, you know? But I had to in this situation because this guy one day, even though the entire day I had been reaching out to the team, reaching out to him, letting him know like, hey, I've done this. I know you said you wanted to get this done at this time. Got it done early just in case. When I finally took my break, I get a call from my boss as I'm literally in the elevator coming down with me and my dog. We're about to go for a walk. My boss is like, hey, so-and-so is freaking out right now. What happened? Where did you go? He said that you're not available. Where are you? I didn't say this to my boss, but literally as this was happening, I was just like, wow, the moment I decide to leave is the moment that he decides to come in and complain that I wasn't being professional. Even though I knew that I wasn't in the wrong, it still stuck with me. And this is what came up this past week, was that memory of, I know I'm not in the wrong, but I feel like someone is going to try to make me feel wrong because of this situation. And that didn't happen at all. When I got home, I still felt like I needed to rush as I opened my door and everything, and I ran upstairs, and I had a meeting too with my friend who we're collaborating on this new video coming out. If it's out, I'll link it in the cards here. But I had a meeting with her that was going to be starting in about 10 minutes. And I knew like, oh my God, I feel this way, but also I can just reach out, text her, let her know like, hey, I'm running a little late. I'll be into the meeting as soon as I can. I communicated that to her and she appreciated that. And we had our meeting. It was great. That video is coming out soon and we got so much done. So once again, reframing it to, I'm in such a completely different environment now where I don't have to be pressured to be a certain way. Also, I'm respected by my colleagues for my professionalism, for how I show up, they trust me because I do what I do. They trust me, hired me on, they want to collaborate, they want to work with me because I do what I do best. They know who I am. They've seen my work, my YouTube videos, my portfolio, my LinkedIn. They know exactly what they're getting. So I have nothing to worry about in that way. And it's really cool to think about that now. Reflecting after all this stuff that happened this week with this trigger. This feeling took me right back to that corporate environment of feeling like everything that I did had to be justified, had to be scheduled, had to be earned. I was so used to being micromanaged, even though I was told that that wouldn't happen. It did. I was so used to being equated with laziness because of how other people perceived me, people who didn't know me, and for a long time, being a year and a half, I was a bit more shy and timid, even though I did do my work well. I did show up professionally. I didn't speak up for myself for a very long time. And the moment I did was the moment that I decided I need a raise because people don't see what I do the way that I do. The only people who do see what I do are people who are my mentees or my mentors or are people that I've worked with on teams who work really well with me. Those are the only people who saw me for who I was. So I had to really step out of that shell, that gate. And it wasn't because I was given the helping hand of, yeah, let's help you show up better. It was, I'm not being seen as being worthy of being promoted. I'm not being seen as someone who can handle working without being micromanaged. I'm not seen as someone who can be trusted. So it's like, I really just need to show up. And like I said, put my corporate man britches on and show up. And eventually I started doing it in my own way. And thank God, the last person I worked with, shout out Candace, love you girl, love you sis, she gave me so much validation. I've worked with her in the past on so many projects, so many deals. My entire time working at my job, she's the only person that I worked with her being a team lead, a young woman of color leading a team of people with decades, maybe even hundreds of years of experience in their fields. And she was doing that and she was owning it and she validated me for everything that I did. She saw me because we just saw each other. But my reframe for this is now I'm realizing I don't owe anyone that version of myself anymore. I'm not on someone else's timeline. And if I am, I know how to work and flow with it. I am communicative, I am trustworthy, I'm valued as being myself, as being the person that they've seen. They know who I am, and there's no need for me to prove myself. And I just need to keep being me. Overall, freedom doesn't require guilt. So starting this contract with the company, I haven't brought them up yet just because I haven't even posted anything about the collab yet, which I will be doing. Stay tuned on either my LinkedIn or my Instagram for the posts, but I am so excited to be working with them. They're a Latina-owned marketing agency, and I happened to find them one day and they were looking for someone exactly like me. We hit it off and we signed, and it works just like that. Anyway, starting this new contract, this new role, this new position brought up something I didn't expect, which is discomfort around how safe and supportive it actually feels to be in an environment like that. And I'm not used to this. I've already explained, I'm not used to being on a team led by a woman, let alone women majority. That's another thing, is a majority of the teams that I worked on were either all male, very few women, let alone women of color, people of different identities, whether they identify as queer, trans, non-binary. I didn't see a lot of that. And honestly, that was a disappointment. To be so fresh and new in this team and to know like there are so many employees, but it just wasn't a diverse environment. And because of this lack of diversity and other things too, like I explained previously, I wasn't used to being fully trusted, to be fully seen as equal, to be seen as she can handle this, she can handle herself. Even the word onboarding, as I find myself in the onboarding phase with this new client, the word onboarding makes me tense up a bit still, because it still carries the notes, the flavor of corporate. And it's not that corporate is a bad word. It's just that a lot of people like me that had a less than cared for experience, it has felt toxic. And for those who have found their way in the corporate world and have found actual connection, actual safety, security, nurturing of their career and of their relationships, that is so great. I wish I had more of those instances too, so that I could look upon corporate and be like, wow, that was great. But I didn't, and so many people don't, and that's also okay. The word onboarding still makes me tense up because it brings me back to the rigid corporate structure that I worked so hard to leave behind, because this structure brought so much burnout and stress into my life, so much gaslighting of I am not good enough because I'm not getting the money I've asked for, the money that I have told that I need to survive, because I'm just not good enough. Because my teams don't think I'm good enough, because my boss at the time didn't think I was deserving enough for a promotion, even though I asked twice. And my whole reframe for this is, yeah, that was a f***ed up environment. That was not great. That was toxic. But it's different now. This brand that I'm working with is built on connection, cultura, creativity, empathy, casuality. It's built to empower each other. It's built to empower women of color, women from disadvantaged backgrounds. It's real, and we're all here, hired on and signed on because we are all great at what we do, because we are trusted. I was invited into this. I wasn't forced into it. And I want to say that again. I was invited into this. I wasn't forced into it. So as I sit with these triggers that have popped up, I've been asking myself, what do success and professionalism even mean to me now, today? Not me a few months ago, not me a year ago, not me when I started my last job. Me today, who experienced all of that, who still showed up, who got this opportunity and other opportunities coming her way. How does she see success? How does she see professionalism? Success used to mean doing everything right, meaning as you're told, and finding happiness through that. But now for me, success truly means being in alignment, being happy, being exhilarated when you're at work, grounded when you're at work, trusting in your own work, in what you do. Professionalism used to mean wearing a mask. Now it means showing up with clarity, with boundaries, with care, with empathy. Overall, showing up as myself. Maybe the answer has always been in front of me the entire time. Just keep being me. And that is more than enough to be successful and to be a trusted professional in my field. Let's all take a moment. All right, so I just want to say all of this is okay. It is okay to be reminded of the things that have hurt you in the past as you show up to new experiences that remind you of them. That is okay. It's a part of the healing process. It's a part of processing past the BS to get to the next phase of your life where you're like, oh, this is possible. It's the unlearning, it's the adoption of a new definition, or of new definitions in general. It's the ease, the flow. It's listening to your intuition, to your gut. It's listening to yourself and trusting yourself, and in turn trusting others. I asked chat to help me come up with an affirmation, which is something that I like to do in my creative process. Is I ask chat for affirmations as I'm processing and building anew. I asked chat to suggest an affirmation for you guys for this video, in case anyone needs it. It's something that I can use for myself too. I am safe to work in ways that honor my truth. I am allowed to redefine success on my own terms. I can be free and still be powerful. I can be easeful and work in my own creative flow. This video is part of something bigger I've been working on, but as I continue these starting over Designer Diaries videos, this part is going to be about healing my relationship with work, with worth, and of course, even what success means to me. And if you're on a similar path, I hope this reminded you that you're not alone, that so many people are going through this right now, especially when it comes to layoffs, when it comes to people starting their own businesses, starting new chapters in life. Like, I met a bride the other day when I was out shopping that day, who she was nervous because she just wanted to pick the perfect dress. And then she also knew it's all gonna work out. Not thunder as I say that. That it's all gonna work out, and that, you know, really there is no need to worry. It's just, oh my God. But it's not actual real worry. It's, yeah, she's entering a new phase of her life. She's gonna be in partnership with her husband, and she's never experienced it before, but everything that she's gone through to that point prepared her for what she's going to be going through once she has this union. Yeah, it was really nice to have that mini chat with her and let her know that the dress looked real cute on her and wish her a happy marriage celebration, a happy wedding, happy travels, and we're all in it. We're all in this together. But yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I talk more about my journey, how I got to this space. I spoke about this all in my last video, my spring update video. If you watch that video, you gotta watch this one. If you've watched this one, you gotta watch that last one so you get the deets, the behind the scenes of how all this stuff happened and trickled in. But yeah, I gotta say, thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate you being here on my journey as I figure these things out as an artist, as a designer, as a creative entrepreneur, as someone still getting started. Thank you. But yeah, once again, if you're interested in knowing how I got here in the first place, from being laid off to being where I am now, go ahead and check out my last video. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye.